This is an urgent appeal from the Disasters Emergency Committee. Hundreds of thousands of people have fled their homes to escape conflict in Ukraine, leaving jobs, belongings and loved ones behind. They need shelter, food and water. You can help. To donate online, search DEC or text radio to 70150 to give £10. Thank you.
Streaming 24/7, this is Brum Radio.
Thank you for downloading this Brum Radio podcast. For more podcasts, visit brumradio.com.
I'm joined on the telephone by Laura White. Good afternoon, Laura. How are you?
Hi, I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good today. You're coming to Birmingham as part of Murder in the Dark, which is coming to the Alexandra from the 7th to the 11th of November. And you're playing a character called Sarah, who has no surname listed on the details as well. What can you tell me about this production and how does it feel to be coming back to Birmingham?
So we've been touring, I think this is going to be our 10th week or something like that. It's a new play written by Torben Beck, and the general premise is it's kind of centered around the main character Danny, and himself, me, who is playing his girlfriend Sarah, and his family all end up in this kind of slightly weird cottage in the middle of nowhere, or cottage kind of barn thing in the middle of nowhere on New Year's Eve. They've had a car crash and they've just ended up there. And we kind of watch as different events start to unfurl. So it's kind of interesting talking about this play because what we really don't want is to give away too much.
Yes.
Because it's kind of like a psychological thriller, and you really need to just hopefully come in with an open mind, and we're telling all the audiences not to kind of share any secrets. So Brilliant. I'm going to do my best to share what the play is about without giving away too many secrets. But being back in Birmingham is so exciting for me. I'm from the Midlands. I'm from Northampton.
Yes.
And spent obviously a year there with doctors. And so Birmingham always has like a really special place in my heart. So I'm really excited to come back and to actually do live theatre and connect with the audiences.
When you're going down Bristol Road to doctors, did you ever know that Birmingham was as leafy as that?
Well, I do have family, so I have some family who live in Harborne, so I kind of have seen that side of Birmingham. But it is amazing because I think people just think Birmingham is like the Bull Ring.
Yes, they do.
Actually, it's such an amazing city with like so much diversity, so much like beautiful greenery. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
I really, really have a soft spot for Birmingham.
And are you going to get to stay in Birmingham while you're here for the week for this production?
Yes, I'll be staying with my family for the week, which is lovely.
Oh, that must be a brilliant opportunity to. And do they come and see you in shows? Is that something that you're happy for your family to do, or is it something that you just say, don't come and see this?
There's some that you kind of feel more up for people seeing than not. And this one, I'm kind of like always cautious because some people obviously don't like scary things.
Yes.
So I'm always like, I always give people a bit of a pre-warning, like family and friends, before they come and watch it. But I personally get really scared watching like anything that's horror or thriller, but it's been so amazing to be a part of. It's actually changed my mind and made me want to watch more stuff.
Where in the world do we find you today? Where are you at the moment?
In High Wycombe.
Brilliant. And you're there for the week for the show as well?
Yeah, there for the week for the show.
What have you done your first performance yet, or is it a Tuesday? Because it's Tuesday as we're doing the recording as well. Is it your first performance there tonight? Yeah,
first performance this evening. Which is amazing. You go into a new place every week and like you get a really different sort of feel and reception from the different like places and the different audiences. It's really exciting.
And do you find some theatres are more spooky in the dark anyway, or is it just certain ones when you're doing the production?
I think for this play in particular, some theatres feel like they're kind of designed for the show,
yes.
Or the show's designed for them. And I think definitely the kind of older theatres feel like they add that kind of, and I know a lot of theatres obviously have ghost stories attached to them or kind of those sorts of things. So you do really sort of get in the feels of it all, depending on the theatre for sure.
And people coming to see this show, what sort of age are they? Are they? I think it said it was not suitable for under 16s, or Did I
I think 14 plus.
14 plus. That was, I knew I'd
Yeah.
read something like that today, and I was looking going,
Yeah.
goodness me.
Yeah. Yeah, we're saying 14 plus just
Yes.
because obviously there are kind of like jump scares.
Yeah.
There's some of the themes in the play are also quite adult. We're sort of focusing around Danny, the main character, who's kind of had quite he's sort of dealing with his troubles that he's faced in his life. So some of those themes are quite adult. So yeah, we're saying 14 plus. And bring a friend, someone who you can grab hold of their hand if you don't like scary things or you don't want to jump. Make sure you've got someone who you can grab hold of their hand if you need to.
That's brilliant. And did you get to meet the writer Torben in person himself? I say himself.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's them. It might be themselves. Did you get
Yeah.
to meet Torben in person?
Yes, Torben has been part of the production. So we first met him in rehearsals. And then he's kind of come to watch the show as we've gone along, and we've had the opportunity to be able to chat to him about his process and stuff like that. And it's been really exciting. I think you don't often get the opportunity as an actor to do new plays or new writing. So it's been a really amazing collaborative experience and led by our amazing director, Philip Franks, as well.
I normally only see Philip Franks when he's in Rocky Horror. And and so I have only I don't know what he's like when he's wearing trousers, because he's always in fishneck stockings. So I've seen his legs many times on stage, and very in particular at the Alexandra Theatre itself.
Of course.
Is it? Have you ever seen him in those productions, or because I've got this impression of him as being quite stern and fun at the same time?
I think that was quite a good description, actually. I feel like his brain is as amazing as his legs. He's such a genius, honestly, when it comes to... He's a big horror fan, which I think really helps.
Yes.
But he's a really amazing collaborator. I think I think it helps because he works as an actor himself, so he really understands how actors work, and he's really aware of the space, and he's allowed us to bring our own ideas, but also when he has ideas, we all respect and listen to him because he's so brilliant. So it's really amazing to work with someone who really understands the world that we're in also.
Yes. He's very used to people shouting out things from the audience, which probably helps, because it means when you've got daft disruptions happening at the theatre, perhaps the productions that he's been in have had their more than fair share of audience shouting out. So I think that's very helpful in terms of that as well. I'm really thrilled to be coming to see this production next week when it's at the Alexandra, or in fact today, if this interview goes out on the day of it. It's at the Alexandra from the 7th to the 11th of November, and then it's currently touring until the end of March. Will you be staying with the production through that whole period? Is that the plan at the moment?
Yeah, so we have a break over Christmas, and then we'll be coming back in January. So then I think it's another 10 weeks.
Wow.
And we'll all be staying with the production.
Laura, I can't wait to see this production. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to me about it today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Brilliant. It's been lovely to have you.
Thank you for listening to this Brum Radio podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us on your podcast app.